It's Katie Clancy, Chief Househarker at the Cape House at William Ravis, and you are watching The Cape House Show, where we give you the tips, tools, and sense of humor to get through the biggest transaction of your life. Today we are talking about the housing crisis on Cape Cod. If you have watched any of my episodes, you know that this is something that has very much got my attention here on the Cape. This weekend there was an article in the Cape Cod Times written by Cynthia McCormick about the housing crisis. And then my friend Stephanie Cox wrote about it on Facebook, and she did a great job of summarizing where we're at, opportunities that we've missed as Cape Codders and opportunities that we have now. And I thought it would be good to share it with all of you Cape Codders so you have a sense of all of what is going on too. And I highly recommend that you go to the Cape Cod Times online and go to Facebook and read the original content. All right, so they talked about the rising cost of housing. I'm not going to give you the details on that. You can see that. But the part that really jumped out to me was this is not an issue that is new. And in Stephanie's analysis, she said, in the 80s, we had the opportunity to fix our wastewater problem for free with the feds giving out grants for sewers. We ended up going with Title V septic systems instead. I'm not sure why, and I'm not going to trash the people who made those decisions, but we're not in a great place right now. If we had done that, we could have had villages and downtowns denser with small housing units which the workforce can afford, while making development outside those areas more controlled and less sprawling, preserving more open space. Again, I haven't done all of my own research, but if half of that is true, it's something to think about. Here's the next one. She said, if we had made accessory dwelling units, something that's very hot right now, something every homeowner can build and rent out in the 90s, we would have thousands of small 1 and 2 bedroom units by now sprinkled throughout the Cape without developing any new land. So this accessory dwelling unit has become a bylaw in many of the towns across the Cape right now, but it hasn't been successful everywhere. I hope it gets a little better traction now. And then finally it said if we'd listened, back then we could have gotten ahead of this demographic exodus of young people. And almost 10 years ago, in response to census figures showing the population of young people on the Cape declining 26%, Lisa Guyon, Stephanie Cox, Melissa Sanderson, Amanda Converse, and Ann Van Vleck, and Erin Perry did a report for Cape Cod Young Professionals called Shape the Cape, with recommendations to address housing, childcare, and more opportunities for young families. Now that 2020 census is coming up next year, did we make a dent? Did we make progress? I don't know. We'll see. So the things that we can do today, if you want to do something today, if you are feeling regret about opportunities missed and you're ready to make a difference going forward, here are 4 things that Steph recommends. 1, sign up as a supporter of Smarter Housing for Cape Codders ADU effort. 2, sign the open letter from future Cape Cod partners asking towns to direct millions in new short-term rental revenues to long-term investments like housing and wastewater. A couple weeks ago, I told you guys about the new rental tax that we have for short-term rentals. That's going to give the towns a lot of new money. This is exciting. We could use that money towards some of these efforts. Number 3, she recommends to read the Housing Assistance Corporation, the HAC report called Housing on Cape Cod, the High Cost of Doing Nothing, and sign up to receive email updates on how you can help. And the 4th way that you can help the housing crisis on the Cape is to sign up for future Cape Housing Institute advocacy trainings, either through HAC or through Community Development Partnership. All right, we are not helpless. We have a problem, but we can solve it, Cape Codders. I hope that everybody, and I'm also going to do some more of my own research, do your own research. And if you already know there's a problem, get out there and start helping to make a difference. All right, that's my soapbox for today. If you want to hear any more from us or check us out, come see us at thecapehouseteam.com.